What is up, everyone out there at YouTube? It is TimDotTV here, and today you guys have some questions, and I have some answers. I'm deeply sorry for whatever I decided to title this video, but I do want to say if you can't beat them, join them. And it looks like YouTube is just going to shit. I gotta keep my head above water any way possible, and if it's with bullshit titles for Q&A videos, then fuck it, you know what? We're gonna do it, because I'm not going anywhere! Okay, but you guys got some questions, I got some answers. I told you on Twitter to ask me questions using the hashtag #FuckYouTim, and a lot of you guys showed up, so let's go through those right now and let's get started. So, the first one is from Allie, who asks, what is my favorite toothpaste flavor? I guess I'm gonna have to go with mint. I don't know if there are other toothpaste flavors that people are brushing their teeth with. I mean, it's kind of not something I really necessarily look forward to. It's just something you kind of do. I've never really been worried about what flavor my toothpaste is. It's mint, it's Colgate. It's pretty fucking generic. I mean, if there's other toothpaste flavors that I've been missing out on, make sure to tell me in the comments, because I could have been living my life wrong. Who knows? Let's just move on to the next question. All right, so the next one is from Brooke, and she asks, do you support the fundraiser to put Hitler into an art school? I'm Hitler's dead. I mean, I just want to be clear, not only would I not support this cause, don't take this out of context and say that I love Hitler or anything like that, but I just want to say one thing, he's dead, and dead people can't go to school because they're dead. This question is from Pruder, and they ask, how long have you been addicted to meth? Well, my biggest question, Pruder, is how the fuck did you find out about my addiction? The next question is from Jackson, who asks, do you like Delta? No, I do not. I do not fuck with Delta. I would rather be duct taped to the top of a plane. I fucking hate Delta. Let me be clear. I'm starting to get upset. I got questions to answer. I can't go on this rant right now. let's just move on. Getting heated. All right, the next question is from Floon, who asks, what is my favorite Blizzard game? Well, I have to go with the stereotypical response and pick World of Warcraft. I have a lot of fond memories. I know I don't necessarily seem like the kind of person who would be into WoW, but I played WoW for a very, very extended period of time, and the time that I spent on that game, I remember so fondly. I actually loved every single moment I spent in World of Warcraft, and I don't regret the immense amount of time I sank into that game either, because that game honestly made me so happy. I feel like those years were some of the best years of my life, and some of the people I played with on World of Warcraft were some of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. I don't know where they are now. I haven't talked to them. I got kicked out of my guild, and literally I quit WoW cold turkey. I just didn't sign on one day and never showed up again, so everybody didn't know what was going on with me, but God, did I have so much fun playing that. I've tried to get into it, but I'm too busy now, and it's like, it's also just so different from the last time I played. I stopped playing when they added the Mists of Pandaria expansion. I was just a wee lad. But yeah, I mean, I loved that game so much, and I mean, hey, Overwatch is pretty fucking sick too. Obviously a completely different game than anything Blizzard has ever released in the past, but I still love that too, and I like the direction they're going with it, and I hope to see what they're gonna add to the game in the future, but I still have to say that WoW is my favorite. The next question is from Tony, who says, who am I outside of YouTube? I mean, that's a deep question, Tony. You guys are really hitting me in the feels right now. I mean, I like to think I'm an alright guy. I'm a little less loud, I'm a little less energetic. Outside of YouTube, I kind of keep to myself. I'm not really too boisterous or crazy. It's like, I've gotten a little better. I used to be a really, really big introvert. I'd never leave the house almost ever. I'd pretty much just be playing video games or streaming on Twitch all day. Speaking of which, you should totally follow my Twitch channel. I've been streaming there a whole hell of a lot more, so make sure to go check that out. Link down in the description. But I'm actually working on talking to people. It seems like people kind of enjoy my presence, which is good, and funny enough, I've actually got a lot of that confidence thanks to you guys and everybody who's been supporting my content. It's really changed who I am, and I feel like it's definitely been a change for the better, because I hope you guys can see that in my content, and I hope that carries in myself, because that's, I like to think I'm an okay person. I don't know, but I mean, then again, I am myself, so I'm probably a little biased. K-Dance asks, what is your favorite part of YouTube, you know, besides the flying to go to places part? My favorite part about YouTube is how the site constantly decides to make changes and never tell their creators about it, and constantly just shove things under the rug as if there's no problems until it just blows up in their face. I think that's great, and I think that all issues should be handled that way because it's really professional and it totally makes sense to not have a dialogue with anybody who uses the website. That's probably the best part. Honestly, my favorite part is interacting with fans. I think that's super, super cool. The fact that I have so many people who are out there supporting my content is insane. And the fact that I get to meet a lot of you guys at conventions, whether it be PAX or RTX or other things like that, is just so awesome. And that is something that has never gotten old to me, and I really hope to be able to do it for years to come. The next question I have is from Julia, who asks a really good question, actually. Have you ever almost died? Now, I'm not sure if I've ever actually told this story on YouTube or anywhere before. Honestly, I've told a couple of my friends, but I don't think I've ever actually put it in video. But there actually has been a time when I was really, really uncomfortably close to dying. I'm not too sure what actually happened to this day, and it kind of weirds me out to even think about the situation, but I was 16. I had my learner's permit in New Jersey because you couldn't get your driver's license until you were 17, and you had to have your learner's permit for a little bit. So I was driving with my grandmother in the passenger seat because you had to have an adult with their license in the passenger seat, and I was driving home from school, and the easiest way to explain this is with my hands. So pretty much there's a road and it's going down from my school, and I was going 40 miles an hour on this road. I was going the speed limit, nothing was wrong. For some reason my grandma was flipping the fuck out. She's like, slow down, slow down, slow down, you're going so fast, slow down. And I didn't know why she kept saying that, because I was going the speed limit, everything was going cool. But so we're driving along this road, the light's green, but there's an intersection here. So pretty much we come up to this intersection, there's a traffic light here, we drive through it, right? And then there's a house on the corner. The person backs out of their driveway and does not stop. They do not even think if there's anybody else on the road. They could not have given less of a fuck. So they pull out into the middle of the street. I'm going 40 miles an hour directly at this car. I am about to T-bone this person. So I'm thinking my only option is to either drive directly into this car, taking out the other person, myself, and my grandma, or I can try my best to swerve into the oncoming traffic where there was also a car coming and hit the other person head on. I'm mentally panicking because I've only been driving for like 3 months at this time. I don't know what the fuck to do, so I just take the wheel, slam on the brakes, and swerve it into the oncoming traffic, rip the wheel back into the other side of the road, and somehow we just kept driving. I don't understand to this day how we made it out of that situation. I really don't understand anything that happened there. My grandma was absolutely terrified. We almost had to pull over to the side of the road because she was flipping out so much. She was so scared. We were both confused as to how we made it out of the situation unscathed, and it kind of scares me to think about it because I honestly do not see any reasonable way that we would have been able to avoid both of those cars, but somehow I managed to squeeze right in the middle of it. And to give you guys an example of what we were driving at the time, it was a light blue Hyundai Accent. So it was a little tiny car that I actually almost flipped at one point. I never told them that story, but that's a story for another time. The time I almost flipped my car. Oh my god, that's a funny one. But yeah, so I guess it was because the car was so small, I was able to squeeze in between both of the cars, but the person backing out never stopped, and I don't really know. It confuses me to even think about it, but that's the closest I've ever been to dying. Besides one time when I had the flu, and I actually almost died because I was so sick, but that's kind of a boring story. I just sat in my bed until I had to go to the hospital, and they found out that I had the worst case of flu in New Jersey, but that is what it is. And then the last question I'm going to be answering today is from Yee, who asks, will you be my TimDotTV? I'm not your dad's. I'm not. Why do people keep thinking I'm their dad? God damn it. Alright, and then the last question is from a blue dino who asks, OxiClean or Clorox? Well, usually I take OxiClean and mix it with Clorox and then drink 2 or 3 cups before bed and just hope for the best. But guys, that's the last question I'm going to be answering for today. Thank you so much to everybody who chimed in with the hashtag and ask me some questions. I appreciate it. These videos are fun for me. I really like talking. I could talk for days, so it's cool to actually just sit down and talk about some stuff and answer some of your guys' questions. So I hope you guys liked it too, and if you did, make sure to show your support, leave a like, and tell me down below. It would really help me out. And before I end this video, I just want to say, guys, make sure to check out some of those links down in the description. I'm actually streaming on Twitch all the time now. I have a new Teespring store where you can get some t-shirts and some mugs and some cool shit like that. There's a lot of fun stuff going on at the channel lately, and I really want to be able to make some awesome content for you guys. So also make sure to tell me what you guys would like to see down in the comment section down below, because I actually read those, crazy enough. But yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you again so much for watching this video. If you guys want to hop into the next Q&A, make sure to follow me on Twitter so you can see when I'm doing it. And I guess I will see you guys in the next video. That's where I'm going to end this. This is over now. Peace out. Before you guys dip out, there's just one more thing that I need to say, and that's to make sure to click that bell right next to the subscribe icon. If you don't do that, who knows where the subscription's gonna go? It never notifies people when I upload, but this will guarantee that you know everything when it goes up. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna let the outro play out, and I hope you guys have a good one.